Have you ever wondered just how far we can go, how much we can push the boundaries of our physical and mental capabilities, how fast we can run, or how much we can learn? These questions have fascinated humanity for centuries. Today, let's dive into the fascinating world of human limits. We'll explore the physical, cognitive, and psychological boundaries that define us. First up, the physical boundaries of our bodies. These limits are often the most visible and measurable. Think about it. Usain Bolt, the fastest man alive, clocked in at 27.8 miles per hour. This is a remarkable feat of human speed and endurance. Incredible, right? But why can't we go faster? What are the barriers that prevent us from reaching even greater speeds? It all comes down to biology. Our muscles, energy production, and bones can only handle so much stress before they give out. The human body is a finely tuned machine, but it has its limits. Our muscles, energy production, and bones can only handle so much stress before they give out. The intricate balance of our biological systems sets a ceiling on our physical capabilities. Now, let's talk about our brains. The human brain is an extraordinary organ, capable of incredible feats of memory, problem-solving, and creativity. Did you know there's a theory called the magical number 7 plus or minus 2? This theory suggests that our working memory can only hold about 7 items at once. It suggests we can only hold about 7 items in our working memory at once. This limitation affects how we multitask and process complex ideas. This limit affects how we multitask and process complex ideas. Our cognitive limits are a result of evolution, balancing the brain's energy demands with the rest of our body's needs. Our cognitive limits are a result of evolution, balancing the brain's energy demands with the rest of our body's needs. What about technology? It's a game changer. Each new invention stretches the boundaries further, but we're still constrained by materials, physics, and our understanding. Each new invention stretches the boundaries further, but we're still constrained by materials, physics, and our understanding. Imagine interstellar travel. It's not a lack of imagination that holds us back, but our current propulsion technology and energy sources. Imagine interstellar travel. It's not a lack of imagination that holds us back, but our current propulsion technology and energy sources. Psychologically, our limits are often self-imposed. Psychologically, our limits are often self-imposed. Fear, doubt, and societal norms can be major barriers. Remember the 4-minute mile? Fear, doubt, and societal norms can be major barriers. Remember the 4-minute mile? For years, it was deemed impossible until Roger Bannister shattered that belief in 1954. For years, it was deemed impossible until Roger Bannister shattered that belief in 1954. Once the psychological barrier broke, many others followed suit. Once the psychological barrier broke, many others followed suit. This shows how powerful our minds can be in setting and breaking limits. So why do these limits exist? Biologically, we're products of millions of years of evolution, fine-tuned to survive within our environment's constraints. Biologically, we're products of millions of years of evolution, fine-tuned to survive within our environment's constraints. Cognitively, our brains evolved to excel in pattern recognition, not raw computational power. Cognitively, our brains evolved to excel in pattern recognition, not raw computational power. Technologically, our progress is a dance between imagination and practicality, driven by necessity but confined by the laws of physics. Technologically, our progress is a dance between imagination and practicality, driven by necessity but confined by the laws of physics. Psychologically, our upbringing and experiences shape how far we think we can go. Psychologically, our upbringing and experiences shape how far we think we can go. In the end, limits are a part of being human. In the end, limits are a part of being human. They challenge us, frustrate us, but also inspire us to push further. Extreme sports, also known as action sports or adventure sports, are activities perceived as involving a high degree of risk. These activities often involve speed, height, a high level of physical exertion, and highly specialized gear. They are the ultimate test of human limits, pushing both physical and psychological boundaries to the edge. Let's dive into a few of these adrenaline-pumping activities. Mountain biking, a rugged outdoor cycling sport over rough terrain. It requires balance, endurance, and quick reflexes to navigate through trails and obstacles. Adventure racing, a multidisciplinary team sport involving navigation over an unmarked wilderness course with races extending anywhere from 2 hours up to 2 weeks in length. Street luge, similar to a skateboard, but the rider lies down feet first. It's a race to the bottom of a paved course with turns and drops. Parkour, the art of moving through urban environments with speed and efficiency, using only the human body to overcome obstacles. Bungee jumping, jumping from a high place while connected to a large elastic cord. The thrill comes from the free falling and the rebound. Hang gliding, a sport where the rider flies a non-motorized aircraft called a hang glider. It's known for the sensation of flying like a bird. Wingsuit flying involves jumping from a plane or a cliff with a suit that adds surface area to the body, enabling the flyer to glide significant distances before deploying a parachute. Skydiving, the act of jumping out of an airplane and free falling before opening a parachute to slow the descent. Skateboarding, riding and performing tricks using a skateboard. It can take place in a variety of environments, from streets to skate parks. Base jumping, parachuting from a fixed structure or cliff. BASE is an acronym that stands for 4 categories of fixed objects from which one can jump: building, antenna, span and earth, cliff. Ice skating, gliding across an ice surface on blades fixed to the bottom of shoes, known as ice skates. It can be done for travel, leisure or various sports. Snowboarding, a winter sport that involves descending a snow-covered slope while standing on a snowboard attached to a rider's feet. Ski jumping, skiing down a ramp to launch oneself into the air, aiming for distance rather than tricks or style points. Water skiing, being pulled behind a boat or a cable ski installation over a body of water, skimming the surface on 2 skis or 1 ski. Snorkeling, swimming on or through a body of water while equipped with a diving mask. A shaped breathing tube called a snorkel, and usually swim fins. Scuba diving, underwater diving, where the diver uses a self-contained underwater breathing apparatus, scuba, to breathe underwater. Wakeboarding, riding on a short, wide board resembling a surfboard and performing aerial maneuvers while being towed behind a motorboat. Surfing, riding on the forward or deep face of a moving wave, which usually carries the surfer towards the shore. Kayaking, using a kayak to move across water. It is distinguished from canoeing by the sitting position of the paddler and the number of blades on the paddle. Windsurfing, a surface water sport that combines elements of surfing and sailing. It consists of a board, usually 2 to 2.5 meters long, with displacements typically between 45 and 150 liters, powered by wind on a sail. Ice diving, a type of penetration diving where the diver goes under ice. It requires special procedures and equipment to ensure the safety of the divers. Alpine skiing, also known as downhill skiing, it involves sliding down snow-covered hills on skis with fixed heel bindings. Extreme motocross off-road motorcycle racing held on enclosed off-road circuits. It involves high jumps and other obstacles, indoor climbing, climbing walls that are used to simulate rock climbing. It provides a controlled environment to practice techniques and build strength. Canyoneering, exploring canyons through walking, scrambling, climbing, jumping, rappelling and swimming. These extreme sports not only push the physical limits, but also challenge the mental fortitude of those who dare to engage in them.